Hi, if you're new here, I'm Shanna. I was originally a medical student when I started vlogging, and now I am a family medicine resident over here in Canada. So I'm hoping to film a week in my life, what it looks like. This is a bit of a weird week, not a typical week I would say in residency, because right now I'm on emergency medicine, which means I work shift work, so I get some days off, and it's kind of a funky schedule today. Right now this is a Thursday. In the morning we had lectures, and now I have an afternoon off to get some work done, and then tomorrow I have the morning off to get work done, and then in the evening I actually work from 3 p.m. to I believe 11 p.m. and then I work the rest of the weekend. So let's get to some work. I'm currently on my 3rd month of residency, which now is emergency medicine. This one Vina and I picked up from Winners. It smells like jasmine. We went to a plant shop and I picked up this African violet. Portable desk. Just going in for my Saturday shift this morning. So yesterday's shift was from 3 p.m. till I want to say 11 p.m. or so. Got home at midnight. So today is Sunday. I woke up around 6 o'clock and then I read 2 chapters of this book, The Emergency Pitfalls of Medicine. I did abdominal pain and dyspnea. I hope I can do another chapter in tonight. Maybe 2 chapters when I get home tonight. Popped over to dollar store. I picked up some batteries to recharge my pager. So, pro tip, I didn't know that. So my pager, I wasn't actually able to hear pages, which was really embarrassing when I was calling consultants. And so now I just got a brand new battery and now it actually beeps like it's supposed to. So I went off to the dollar store to do that. And then, yeah, I'm going to pop into my shift now. I'm on shift all day today. And we'll see how that goes. Hi, it's me. It's 6 p.m. Today went really well. Saw lots of patients. I've been working on my presentations, presenting them in a different way. Something that I did today with doctor that I worked with was to practice presenting my patients the symptoms with, well, first a little quick in their one-liner, doing any pertinent positives. And then what was really helpful was then presenting in the HPI other symptoms based on kind of like what my differential diagnosis was. So kind of grouping together the symptoms and then also presenting a physical exam based on what I thought was going on. Another tip that I got that I thought was really helpful today was to make the history taking a lot more efficient. I think when to med school we're always taught to do like open-ended questions and just like let the patient talk. I found that's been quite inefficient, and I wasn't very proud of myself on the other day. I had feedback that it was going too slow, so I asked for different types of feedback how to be more efficient, and one of the tips that I got was to ask more directed questions instead of open-ended questions. So for example, and I think I'm really going to like that. I don't think it works for everyone, but I personally think I'm going to do that going forward. So for example, I'm going to come in with a chart and say this is what I heard the history was. Is that correct? Can you add something? Can you and then the kind of the rough story, is that about correct? And then ask for very specific clarifying things like when did that start? How did that start? What is the character? Things that I'm missing. And then ask lots of, not so much yes or no, some yes or no questions, but just what would you say this is? What do you say this is? Instead of tell me the whole story from the top, which I was doing, and I think that's too slow. So I don't think I'm going to do that anymore, with exceptions, of course. But so definitely what's been helpful is number 1, going through NetCare. So just looking at their database for any old records, reading all those, and making sure I get a good grasp of what's going on first, always for all patients. Yeah, then asking in a very directed way, what is happening, what's been going on. And then, yeah. And then a last tip I got some feedback at the end of the day when I was talking to a preceptor was, if you're thinking about the test right now as a learner, probably just order it. Unless you can confidently talk yourself out of the need to do the test, you should probably just do the test. So I think I was debating, does she need a CT head? Does she need a CT abdomen? And I was because I know we get taught a lot, choosing wisely in med school, but I think that's another lesson I had was, I guess, opposite what med school says. Don't ask open-ended questions, and number 2, just order tests if you feel like it's going to be helpful. Today was my last emerge shift of this year, and it went really well. We had a really intense codes, so I felt very lucky that my preceptor let me get involved in that. I felt like I managed to see the most number of patients I have ever seen, particularly all at once. I like that I got to work with the same preceptor quite a few shifts, so we really got to know each other, and he let me do like POCUS, and I did an arterial gas today. So yeah, I mean, I'm leaving this emerge rotation really feeling like I could totally see myself really enjoying a career in emerge. That's what ended up being my fate. So yeah. And now I'm just on my way home from the shift. Actually, I should have a quick turnaround. I'm gonna drive home. And then as soon as I can, I already packed myself last night. I'm actually heading home to Vancouver for a day, and then we're going up to Whistler for an emergency medicine conference with two of my buddies. And so it'll be shaped ice. This is our Airbnb for attending this conference. This is supposed to be a sofa bed, so when my co-residents come, I should figure out how to pull that out. Some board games, fireplace. This is the bed. Let's turn on the light. This is nice. Excited. So I rested, got changed, and I'm walking over to the conference. I'm so nervous. Because Kayla and Michael are not coming in until tonight and tomorrow, so I'm the only one going to the conference today. I feel intimidated because everyone's attending and they probably know each other, and I'm just a dinky little resident. What are some positives? I don't know, I'm sure it will go better than I think it will. And I know the more I do this kind of thing, I'll just get used to it and know what to say and what to do, and if nothing, I'll just listen to the lectures and then go home. But I hope that at least I can find a few of the docs that I work with and just say hi and really get rid of that social fear I'm having right now. Alright, to reframe my nervousness about going into the first day of the conference itself, I'm really excited about the talk today. We have nerve blocks, myasthenia gravis, some different respiratory conditions like wheezes. What was the last one? Keynotes today, and just focus on the learning, how grateful I am to even have the time off to come attend this conference and be a resident and soak in all this learning.
Come practice medicine in rural Alberta. Incentives of up to $120,000.
I have great job satisfaction. I love living here. I love working here.
These physicians love it here, and you will too. Check out the Reside program today.
So I am back now from heading to the conference, listened to a bunch of talks, then went to the reception, and then networked a little bit. And yeah, so I gave myself an early pass. Just I've done my job, peace out. You have my handy dandy little tag for the conference, and then it has my schedule for the workshops that I'm attending. I thought they were really interesting, the talks. I ended up taking some notes on the subjects that we had. There's a bit of food. So I was really nervous. As you guys remember from the earlier claps, that I was really nervous about networking. I still am really nervous right now about it. I think it could have been better, but for the level of nerves I had, this was pretty good. I went up and talked to one of the doctors that I did know, and then talked to another doc that I kind of remembered, and then that just kind of worked a little bit. I didn't have a ton to say, but I started just like saying a couple things just about like work and what I'm doing, what they're doing. And then I just like stuck to them for a bit and followed them around and followed them to the food, followed them to the drink station. And then after that, I managed to like branch out and talked to another couple docs that I work with, and they were really nice, introducing the program director, which thank goodness. I didn't have much to say. I just said, hi, I'm this year resident, I'm interested in applying, and yeah, and I have this elective booked, and that's basically all I had to say. And I really do regret and wish that I knew a lot more to say, or elevator pitch, or I don't really know, like made myself sound like memorable. But I would say I'm learning to be kinder to myself, and that I'm really harsh on myself and have high expectations. So just for day one of the conference, I'm just at least proud that I got over my big fear of just at least saying hi. So I feel like I've said hi, and even if it was really brief and short, I did my job. And then I felt relaxed and managed to get some food, and ended up, it's not exactly networking the way I was supposed to be networking, but I just said hi to a couple medical students there. So I really think tomorrow what I really should be more working on is like getting a chance to talk to more of the other emerge docs that I've never worked with at the other hospitals or recent plus ones, but I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. This is not a universally proud thing, but just for myself and the amount of fear I had, I'm just really proud of how we are. So anyways, I've come home. I realized I don't think I want to wear this tomorrow. They're not very formal at this conference. It's also super, super cold. So another thing I thought, well, because I like ended up following the docs over and like ended up getting like a little cider or stuff, is like I realized actually I often feel like I'm the most social once, after I've had cider, and definitely am more talkative and interesting, and I probably would have done better and had a lot more to say if I was post cider when I was talking to the program director. But I do realize that the amount of bravery I had is nothing to do, like totally without anything in me, I am still able to crank up that courage. But I'm also really thankful. I had to like text a friend and I was like, I'm really scared, what do I do? And this is like embarrassing, but even like the very first break, I was intimidated to talk to people. I saw the people that I wanted to talk to, but I ended up just like hiding out in the bathroom for a little bit, and then just sitting down in the seat early for the talks. And yeah, I thought some of the research they did was really cool, some really cool meta-analysis. They had one that was just like 2022 research, like cutting edge stuff. So I thought that was really cool, like a lot of cool randomized trials. And I think that's like really interesting. That's like one like what I would consider like top tier research. And so I should probably shower and rest a bit. Kayla's just driving in from the airport. So yeah, I should also probably, before Michael comes, figure out how to do that. So I think it is props to me for making myself out to a conference all on my own. And tomorrow I think will be a lot easier once I have people that I like bounce out and chat with someone and come back to my group, or it's easier to like merge into a group. I think I will look on my phone a little bit like how to network better, but remind myself it's scary, but it's okay to talk to people. Maybe if I want to be more social, maybe I should have a bit more of a drink beforehand. Maybe I should have timed that better so that I could be a lot more talkative, but I also am capable of doing this all on my own.
8 a.m. I couldn't fall asleep again. Been overthinking all the little things I've said. I'm sleep deprived almost every night. I wish that I wouldn't think instead. I know the sun is up and I got things to do, but I don't think I got the energy.
Kayla, Michael, and I are just wrapping up our Emerge conference here in Whistler. This morning I went to an approach to adult dermatological emergencies in the Emerge, and that was pretty useful. We went over stuff like Stevens-Johnson's, we went over purpura fulminans, what else? Lots of like different rare conditions, and then it was like fun. We were talking to another really experienced Emerge docs who've been working for like 40 years, and he said that a lot of stuff went over his head, and it just really shows you how in Emerge or in generalist practice you're just always learning, and really humbled by how much there is to know in medicine. We're heading back a bit early because Kayla and I have to fly back to Calgary today. But yeah, overall I forgot to vlog a lot during this conference, but it was a 4-day conference. We just went to lots of different lectures, workshops. Yesterday I did a hands-on workshop on different intubation, surgical cricothyroidotomy, I think that's what it's called. We even did like a bronch with intubation. There were other stuff like dental skills and stuff like that. Lectures, there'll be like a break in the middle of the day. Yesterday we walked around Lost Lake, or not, walked to Lost Lake and then came back for more lectures. Yeah, I would say overall the conference left me feeling like much more kind of interested in family medicine and generalism and emerge, and yeah, just like a lot more inspired about medicine. So I think I would like to be attending more conferences.